Hello, everyone. Welcome to Backyard Musings, broadcasting live from Apple Valley. I'm Steve.
I'm Scott.
Thank you so much for joining us. Researchers have identified a link between chronic cytomegalovirus infections in the gut and Alzheimer's disease in certain individuals. Are these individuals giants? Are they? I don't know. We're going to find out. The virus may activate an immune response in the brain that contributes to Alzheimer's pathology, including the production of amyloid and tau proteins. Researchers from Arizona State University and Banner Alzheimer's Institute, along with their collaborators, have my Arizona State hat. I graduated from Arizona State. I gotta give props, man.
I know you did. Congratulations on that.
Thank you very much.
Good school.
I appreciate it. Have uncovered a potential link between a chronic gut infection caused by a common virus and the development of Alzheimer's disease in certain individuals. Would you like to know more?
The virus known as cytomegalovirus, HCMV.
Yeah, we'll just call it that.
That'd be better. Is part of the herpes virus family and is commonly contracted in early life through exposure to bodily fluids when the virus is active. That's a tough deal, right there, because a lot of people have herpes virus, right?
Millions.
Yeah.
Tens of millions.
Yeah. While most people are exposed to HCMV, it typically remains dormant and is not classified as a sexually transmitted infection. However, the new research suggests that in some individuals, the HCMV may stay active in the gut and travel to the brain through the vagus nerve.
What is
vagus?
That,
that is vagus, right?
What is that?
Pronouncing that correctly?
Yeah, it looks like it.
I don't know. A vital communication pathway connecting the gut and brain.
Oh, I didn't know the gut and brain. I mean, fastest way to a man's heart is through his tummy.
We were just talking in the last segment, right? It's complex. The body's complex.
Yeah, we were talking. Yep, we did.
Once in the brain, the virus may disrupt the immune system and trigger changes linked to Alzheimer's disease.
Wow. If researchers' hypotheses are confirmed, they may be able to evaluate whether existing antiviral drugs could treat or prevent this form of Alzheimer's disease. They are currently developing a blood test to identify people who have an active HCMV infection and who might benefit from antiviral medication. Quote, we think we found a biological unique subtype of Alzheimer's that may affect 25 to 45% of people with this disease, said Dr. Ben Reedhead. I wonder if he's a redhead.
Reedhead.
Co-first author of the study and research associate professor with ASU, Banner Neurodegenerative Disease Research Center and the Biodesign Institute at ASU. Quote, this type of Alzheimer's includes the hallmark amyloid plaques and tau tangles. Oh, it's a plaque and it's a tangle. Microscopic brain abnormalities used for diagnosis and features a distinct biological profile of virus, antibodies, and immune cells in the brain. That's fascinating.
Yeah. The research team suggests that some people exposed to HCMV develop a chronic intestinal infection. The virus then enters the bloodstream or travels through the vagus nerve to the brain. There, it is recognized by the brain's immune cells, called microglia.
Yeah, we're going to have a segment on that later on. I just did the notes and sent them to you.
Okay. Which turn on the expression of the specific gene called CD83. The virus may contribute to the biological changes involved in the development of Alzheimer's. Microglia, or the brain's immune cells, are activated when responding to infections. While initially protective, a sustained increase in microglia activity may lead to chronic inflammation and neuronal damage, which is implicated in the progression of neurodegenerative diseases, including Alzheimer's.
I wonder if that the herpes virus contributes to that, all
I don't
across
know.
the world.
This is a tough disease, though. This Alzheimer's is just tough.
It is.
I hope they continue to pursue this, which they always do, and they find something that
They never stop.
early stages, being able to find out earlier than when you start having symptoms, right? So that would be the ticket.
In a study published earlier this year in Nature Communications, the researchers found that the postmortem brains of research participants with Alzheimer's disease were more likely than those without Alzheimer's to harbor specifically CD83 plus microglia. While exploring why this occurred, they discovered an antibody in the intestines of these subjects, consistent with the possibility that infection could contribute to this form of Alzheimer's. In the newest study, investigators sought to understand what might be driving the intestinal antibody production. The team examined spinal fluid from these same individuals, which revealed that the antibodies were specifically against HCMV. This prompted a search for evidence of HCMV infection in the intestine and brain tissue of those subjects, which they found.
They also saw HCMV within the vagus nerve of the same subjects, raising the possibility that this is how the virus travels to the brain. Working with Rush University, the researchers were able to reproduce the association between cytomegalovirus infection and CD83 microglia in an independent cohort of Alzheimer's patients. To further investigate the impact of this virus, the research team then used human brain cell models to demonstrate the virus's ability to induce molecular changes related to the specific form of Alzheimer's disease. Exposure to the virus did increase the production of amyloid and phosphorylated tau proteins and contributed to the degeneration and death of neurons.
HCMV can affect humans of all ages. In most healthy individuals, infection occurs without symptoms but may present as a mild flu-like illness. About 80% of people show evidence of antibodies by age 80. Wow. Nonetheless, the researchers detected intestinal HCMV only in a subset of individuals, and this infection seems to be a relevant factor in the presence of the virus in the brain. For this reason, the researchers note that simply coming into contact with HCMV, which happens to almost everyone, should not be cause for concern. And although researchers proposed more than 100 years ago that harmful viruses or microbes could contribute to Alzheimer's disease, no single pathogen has consistently been linked to the disease.
The researchers proposed that these two studies illustrate the potential impact that infections can have on brain health and neurodegeneration broadly. Yet they add that independent studies are needed to put their findings and resulting hypothesis to the test. The NOMAS Foundation, Banner Alzheimer's Foundation, National Institutes of Health, and Arizona Alzheimer's Consortium supported the study. Arizona's unique biorepositories, particularly the Brain and Body Donation Program at Banner Sun Health Research Institute, provided these samples and resources, including the colon, vagus nerve, brain, and spinal fluid. Rush University led a religious orders study and memory and aging study provided the additional brain samples and data. This allowed researchers to conduct a more nuanced investigation, highlighting the systemic rather than purely neurological roots of Alzheimer's disease.
Quote, it was critically important for us to have access to different tissues from the same individuals that allowed us to piece the research together. Arizona is the only place I know of, we're still in the quote here, where a study like this could have been done. And we're grateful to the Banner Health Brain and Body Donation Program for its support, end quote, said Redhead, also the Edson Endowed Professor of Dementia Research at the Center, Arizona State. We are extremely grateful to our research participants, colleagues, and supporters for the chance to advance this research in a way that none of us could have done on our own, said Dr. Eric Ryman, Executive Director of Banner Alzheimer's Institute and the study's senior author. Quote, we're excited about the chance to have researchers test our findings in ways that make a difference in the study, subtyping, treatment, and prevention of Alzheimer's disease.
Findings of the recent study raise an important question. Could antiviral medications help treat Alzheimer's patients who have a chronic HCMV infection? The investigators are working now on a blood test to identify individuals with this type of chronic intestinal HCMV infection. They hope to use it in conjunction with emerging Alzheimer's blood tests to evaluate whether existing antiviral drugs could be used to treat or prevent this form of Alzheimer's disease.
Yeah, I'm glad that this research is just progressing and,
Yeah.
hopefully it leads to help.
I mean, do you even remember hearing about Alzheimer's 30, 40, 50 years ago? I mean, I don't remember.
Sporadically.
Yeah,
Not
but
an
nothing
emphasis.
like it is now. I don't know. So
Does it seem like it's more?
I think so.
Well, we'd like to hear from you guys.
if
Let us
if
know
you've
if
done
you
some
got
research
a
on
loved
it, or
one
you've
or
had some
somebody
loved ones that have been involved.
Alzheimer's. Yeah, we'd like to know.
It's a tough disease. I've had friends that have had loved ones that have had it, and it's not only tough to watch, but it's got to be tough for the people that are going through it. Just you forget it.
Remember that segment we did on acetaminophen, where there was a comment that, oh wow, I take 3 to 4 or 4 to 7 times a week acetaminophen.
4 to 7 times a week.
3 or 4 to 7, 4
Doses
or 5
a
or
week?
6 or 7. Yeah. So people are thinking out there. They're seeing our stuff, and it's getting them to think, which is a good thing. All right, folks. Thanks for joining us. We appreciate all you do. Thanks.
Yep. Take care, everyone. Thank you.